Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Now, ever since Deontay Wilder got absolutely demolished and taken apart by Tyson Fury, of course, I've been watching several channels. Of course, I've been going up and down the internet during my own comment section, up on social media, other people's comment sections, just to see what people are saying about Deontay Wilder and maybe what he should do next. Now, I've taken a lot of it on board. Of course, I've got my own thoughts and ideas now. Anyway, now, not that Wilder's going to listen to me anyway, because he's too stupid to listen, okay? He's too far gone to take any kind of common sense on board. But in my opinion, there's only a few ways back for Deontay Wilder, because currently with the people that he has around him, he's going nowhere fast. That's my honest opinion on it. It's been no secret that me and many other people have been saying that he is fundamentally flawed, and as soon as he steps up, he's going to get exposed. It's only a matter of time before you can't land that big right hand, and when you can't land that big right hand, what plan B do you have? You haven't got one, because you've got people around him going, yeah, man, you're the baddest man on the planet. Man, Deontay Wilder, he lands that punch on you, you're going to go to sleep. You don't need those kind of people around you. Now, the first thing I would do is distance myself as far away from these clown house, racist, race-baiting channels as possible. You don't need that, because at the end of the day, they are using Deontay Wilder as a way to earn money. That's what they're doing with AdSense and, of course, having to use Deontay Wilder as their way of pushing their own racial narrative. Okay, that's what they do. Wilder needs to stay away from them. But he won't. But that's what he should do. And any kind of boxing fan as well, you need to stay away from these people. These people are a cancer on boxing. They're not proper boxing fans. They throw everybody under the bus except one person. That tells you they're not boxing fans. Now, as far as the team around Deontay Wilder, now, personally, he should do what many other fighters have done, like Lennox Lewis has done, like Vladimir Klitschko done, plenty of them. Up and move your team away from where it is that you're used to training. Okay, so stay away from that gym. Get as far away from your family as possible while you're in training camp. At the end of the day, you've got all the time in the world to spend with your family once your training camp is finished, and more importantly, once your career is finished. Because he's no spring chicken. This is the final part of his career. Now, can he go back and become a skillful boxer? No, not really, but he can certainly add something to his game. Now, does he have enough time to add that to his game against Tyson Fury? No, but he can add something to it so he can at least not get stopped within the 12 rounds. Maybe he can go the distance and just lose on points. Now, when you look at his team, right, let's start off with Mark Brennan. Now, Mark Brennan, he threw in the towel. Okay, now he threw in the towel at the same time as the referee was stepping in. The referee didn't see the towel come in till after he'd already stopped the fight. He looked over, he seen the towel, then told Wilder, oh, well, the towel has come in. That was a get out of jail card for the referee, because the referee was getting it in the neck. We know that the referee, Kenny Bayless, was very, very biased and pro Deontay Wilder in this fight. He let Wilder get away with punches on the back of the head and all kinds of things, but didn't let Tyson Fury get away with too much. Don't get me wrong, Tyson Fury pushed the boundaries, that's for sure. Now, Mark Breland, he threw in the towel because he cared about Deontay Wilder. And that's the kind of coach that you need in your team. You need somebody who's going to go, listen, if you don't start showing me something, the towel's going to come in. I'm going to pull you out of this fight. Now, Wilder can say that he's had this conversation with his team, and plenty of fighters can say they've had this conversation with their team. No matter what happens in the fight, never throw that damn towel. I want to go out on my shield. If necessary, I'll die in the ring. That's just stupid. Stupid talk. You've got a missus, you've got children. Why would a boxing match mean more to you than your own family? Who's really going to be the ones who hurt from it? Because if you've got a team and you're fully confident that they're not going to throw the towel in, you're not going to give too much back during those rounds. So you're risking your health. So you need a coach in your corner who's going to say, listen, you're getting absolutely pummeled there. I'm going to pull you out of the damn fight. If you don't start showing me something, I'm pulling you out of this fight. And that's going to give him a bit of a much needed kick up the backside to try and show something. If he can't show something because he's physically unable to do it, if he's mentally sapped, physically drained, then listen, he's going to have to throw the towel in. And there's no shame in that. You get beaten by the better man on that particular night. Okay, so guys like Mark Breland is good for him to have in the team, but at the same time, if he's not listening to Mark Breland, because we know Mark Breland has left Deontay Wilder before during the fight because Wilder just isn't listening. Maybe if you're not listening to that coach, sure, maybe remove Mark Breland from the team. JD's, he's a manager and trainer. That guy, that absolute cocksucker, that scumbag, sat there on the stage in the post-fight press conference and said that I'm perfectly okay for Deontay Wilder to go out on his shield. You don't need those people in your life. And is it a coincidence that he's also manager as well? That means he's thinking about himself. Because what he doesn't want is a towel coming in because it looks bad on him for him being a manager. Much like that absolute bonehead, that testicle-looking alien fetus in Shelley Finkel, who went up to Mark Breland and having a go at Mark Breland for throwing the towel in as well. Again, manager. Is it coincidence that Shelley Finkel and JD's two managers were the ones who were complaining the most and throwing other members of the team under the bus, such as Mark Breland? These guys are only in it for themselves. Shelley Finkel has proved time and time again that he is the one who's maneuvered Deontay Wilder away from undisputed. He's the one who's maneuvered him away from life-changing generational money. 120 million on DAZN. And what happens? They fire Lou DiBella for setting up that meeting. Because Shelley Finkel, no, he doesn't want that. Because he's not confident in Wilder. That's why this was a final hurrah for Deontay Wilder. Had he have signed up with DAZN, got the Anthony Joshua fight, imagine what Joshua would have done to him as well. Joshua, listen, he's not as skillful or as slick or his ring IQ isn't as good as Tyson Fury, but boy does he punch hard. And his ring IQ and his skills ain't that far behind Tyson Fury, but he punches real hard. Real hard. Deontay Wilder would have been a meme floating around of Deontay Wilder just being unconscious, twitching on the floor. Same with Dillian Whyte, if he'd have got hold of Deontay Wilder. You don't need these people in your life. You don't need the Shelley Finkels and the JDs and that in your life. You need the people who care about you, like a Lou DiBella, like a Mark Breland. Stay away from these clown channels. As I said, they're using you so they can keep on getting clicks. But listen, he ain't going to listen. Of course he ain't going to listen. He's too stupid to listen. He's been doing the same thing for far too long. And it was only a matter of time before he started to get exposed. And he's been exposed. Badly exposed. His reputation has plummeted. Not because the towel was thrown in, but because of his performance. And the excuses are piss poor, man. My body armour, my costume, the ring walk gear was too heavy for me. Behave yourself. That is embarrassing. Mark Breland threw in the towel because of Durrell. Again, conspiracy theories, embarrassing. Tyson Fury won because he had tampered gloves. Again, stupidity, embarrassing. There's too many of these things. There may be a legitimate reason as to why Wilder didn't perform on that night. But I'm pretty confident it ain't none of those reasons. None of those reasons. JD's, in my opinion, needs to be gone. Shelley Finkel needs to be gone. It's just my opinion, of course. I mean, truth is, what do I know as to what goes on behind closed doors? But it seems to me that Shelley Finkel doesn't really have the best interest of Deontay Wilder at heart. He's got his own interest. He's got the PBC interest at heart. Wasn't it Shelley Finkel who said that he will make the undisputed fight with Anthony Joshua once him himself, i.e. Shelley Finkel, has a good relationship with the head of DAZN in John Skipper? He said that. So that's him telling you, I decide who Deontay Wilder fights and who he does not. He's been carefully guarded his entire career. Shelley Finkel again said that he can't fight Vladimir Klitschko because he's still a baby, still a prospect. That is haunting Deontay Wilder. Look at his resume. Yes, he's got a lot of knockouts. He's had a lot of fights. But against who? Against who? He's got a piss poor resume. It's awful. I don't care how many body counts that you've got on there. Look who it is that you've got on your resume. They are absolute pony. Anyway, listen, that's my advice to him. Not that he's going to listen to me or anybody else. He's going to listen to those around him who don't want the best for him. I'm not saying that I particularly want the best for him. Of course not. I ain't Team Wilder. For me, I'm Team White. I'm Team Joshua. I'm Team Fury. But let's be real, he needs to add something to his arsenal. He really does. And he ain't getting it in the camp that he's currently got. He ain't getting the right fights at the right time. This is why Wilder fails so badly on the big stage. Because you can't fight trash can, then elite fighter and expect to do well. It can't happen. Much like with Anthony Yarde, when he was fighting these absolute bin men, went in there with Kovalev, and look what happened. Levels. You need to gradually climb the ladder. That's what you do. This is common sense. You don't even have to be involved in boxing. You don't have to know too much about boxing to understand those basic fundamentals. Basic. So if I was Wilder, I personally would keep Mark Breland around, but if he's not going to listen to him, maybe it's best for Mark Breland and Deontay Wilder if they part ways. Definitely leave JD's, definitely bin off Shelly Finkel, maybe leave the PBC altogether, to be honest with you. But go with a training team that is not in the current gym. Change gym, change location, change the surroundings. Take yourself away from everything. If necessary, come to the UK. Wilder has a very decent fan base here in the UK. In fact, his fan base is probably more a true fan of Wilder than what a lot of the American ones are. So he'll be warmly received over here. Of course he will. But ultimately on fight night, of course, the Brits are going to be Team Fury, of course, or Team Joshua, or Team White, whoever it is that he's going to be fighting. But he'll be warmly received, and there'll be quite a few trainers who could add a lot to Deontay Wilder's game. Not in the short space of time that he's got now, between now and, was it end of July, that they have to get in the ring again. But it might be enough just to make him get through to the 12 rounds. Maybe. But either way, he definitely needs a coach who he's going to listen to, and he's going to put the fear in him. If you don't start showing me something, I will pull you out. That confidence of no matter what happens, my team ain't going to throw the towel in, isn't giving him the encouragement to carry on. And as I said, these absolute race baiting channels out there, he needs to stay the hell away from them. In fact, most people should stay the hell away from them. I really would. But listen, people are going to do whatever they're going to do. Wilder's going to do whatever he's going to do. But for me personally, I'll get rid. Straight up. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.